Hello and welcome. It's Japan, and we have a stacked Evolve here. We had prospects debuting, championship matches being made, and the elimination gauntlet thing completely changing to a certain extent. So let's talk all about it. An actual stacked, loaded ass show. This is kind of a crazy thing. But let's just jump into it. So we started off. It was Dorian Van something Dux, I guess it is, against Idskull. It's Mike DaVincio making his debut. Big prospect that they had signed recently. I want to say a couple months ago. Basically, everybody they signed over in Europe is now debuting and stuff. And I'm kind of liking this. A couple different things could possibly be happening with them getting a lot of new talent in here, and I'm excited. It's going to change the whole landscape of Evolve, and I think this show is the prime example of when you look at a couple weeks down the line, looking back at this episode, it was kind of the jump off point from that. But we had Dorian versus Itzkal. Solid 5 little minute match. Both of them look pretty good. I like Dorian quite a bit. I've seen a lot of his other stuff in other places. I think like he's a really solid wrestler. He's kind of a bruiser, but also has some technical background. So I think that's going to be kind of perfect for this. I don't really know what they'll be necessarily using with him in this type of scenario. I'm kind of hoping he gets a couple matches and kind of gets the call up. I mean, I don't really know if they're going to put him in that title area. He kind of feels like he's a little bit too, I wouldn't want to say seasoned, but like I think he knows what he's doing. I don't think he really needs to be in this type of match, but I guess we'll see. But I thought it was a solid way to start off the show. I'll put it down and see. It was just a 5 minute match. There wasn't really much to say about it. It was good. I'm gonna just say it was good. Also in the VIP section, we had Tristan Engels and Romeo Monroe. Monroe. I don't know why they had them both together in the VIP section if they were just going to face each other, but they're both prospects. They've been doing a bunch of WWE live events, so if you ever watch any clips from that, that's kind of where you'll see a lot of these guys. Pretty much all these guys have already made their debut in live events, and now they're finally getting it here. And yeah, I think this match will be pretty decent. I know a little bit more about Tristan Engels than Romeo, so I guess it will be kind of an interesting thing, but I could be wrong. I think I know Romeo a little bit better, but I think he has a different name, and I don't know what the name is, so I can't really say until maybe next week. I'll know a little bit better, and I could and explain it because I'm pretty sure I think his like name starts with a Z, and he's from Europe, and I think he's pretty good, and I just can't put my finger on it if that's the person or not. I think he came in during the Ego Blanc thing, which is interesting because Ego Blanc got the call up right to NXT and never made it to Evolve, and most of these other guys got into Evolve. So I'm thinking that their time here might not be super long, but they should have a pretty good impact for the next month or two at least. So I'm excited for this match. I'll put it up in B. Then we had Zerna Sterling. She wanted to be added to the gauntlet match. It would have been interesting, but she gets frustrated and grabs the chair like she's gonna hit the foreman. So I think that's a little bit of a spice to her character that she could possibly be a little bit of a firecracker, a little bit short tempered. I think that could possibly give her a little bit of an edge that could possibly build her character up a little bit. I'm not completely opposed to it. I do think she should attack one of the competitors and take her out before the match starts and then kind of try to slide in there and take her spot. I think that would be a better thing. They kind of already done that in the past with Gintala kind of taking somebody out. So it might be a little bit of a re-type of story, but I really think they could give Xena a good edge there if they did that. Like her take out either Big Cat or Laney Luck and then kind of be in the background and be like, oh, well, if opportunity knocks and tries and then gets kind of pushed into that match. So I don't know. That could be a good edge, but I'm interested. I'm going to put it up a B. It's piqued my interest. Then we had a triple threat, which ended up being a number one contendership for the Evolve title. I think that's a great idea. It's kind of completely crazy, and I feel like it just makes it so much better. But it's CJ Valor versus Santi Riviera versus Chaz Hall. Now, I didn't know CJ Valor. I've never seen him before, so that was my first match. But I've seen Chaz Hall as Starboy Charlie, in a lot of different stuff, a lot of GCW matches and stuff. Has a lot of talent. He also is a prospect because he won the ID program championship off of Cappuccino Jones. So that's what got him this path to Evolve. He's way too talented to be in Evolve, but I'm going to enjoy the time that he's here. He made this match. Both of them, the other two, Valor and Santi, were both really solid wrestlers. But man, boy, absolutely, he has a crowd. He has everything about him. He honestly randomly could be a great chance, or a choice to beat Aaron Rourke. I don't think they should pull the trigger, but if they pulled the trigger on it, I honestly wouldn't be upset. So I guess we'll see how that goes. But this match absolutely cooked. I'd put in a solid A just because of Starboy himself. I think the other two had a solid B. I think he was in an A. I'm going to give him the A because I feel absolutely generous, and it was a pretty solid match. So yeah, that title match will be next week. I'm going to put that also in A because it is a refreshing random thing, and it will stir the pot of people getting opportunities that other people are going to be upset about, and can just kind of build up some extra rivalry heat in the background because we kind of need that. Then we got a backstage segment that eventually led into Harley Riggins and Cam Hendricks versus Tate Wilder and Mr. DJ Boy. Luca Crucifino. I was like, man, what's his name? I can't even remember. Random ass tag team, to be completely honest, but I think Tate Wilder is building up his character. I kind of feel like it's one of those things where I think Tate Wilder should take Cam Hendricks and they should almost fight to the back, and then it should just be Harley Riggins versus Luca, and then Riggins wins because it would put some extra heat on Tate, feeling that he's going over the edge. I think they could really build from this match, and I'm excited to see it next week, so I'll put it up in B, also excited. Then we had a package for Mike Cunningham. This main man injury thing is just not it. Honestly, it works if you're a heel. Make this a heel gimmick, and I think it works, but as a babyface, it's just kind of cheeks. I'll put it in C because there was some effort in it, and I think Mike Cunningham is a good wrestler, so I think this is just kind of a stopover. But him and Tate Wilder both being cowboys, and then both of them both kind of being pulled from that, it just kind of makes me feel pointless in all of that. Then we get the Women's Championship Qualifier ID prospects next Wednesday. They're going to show off some of them. And I think 2 of them are being added to the Gauntlet match. I don't know if I misunderstood that or what, but that's kind of an interesting. I do believe Nikki Blackheart, if you don't know who she is, she should be one of them. She's either going to show up at the NXT Stand and Deliver, or she's going to show up here. I do kind of feel like it's more Evolve. She's already vacated all her titles. Man, if she's in Evolve, strap every rocket, every championship, every opportunity to her, because she's absolutely gold with look, wrestling, skill. I think the only thing she needs to work on is Mike, and hell, she's got some time. Strap her with somebody who can talk, and we're good to go. You got this person being like a Kendall Gray 2.0, but having Rhea Ripley's body and aura and all that. She is that person. So hopefully she debuts. So I'm going to put it up in S tier because I have high expectations that we're going to get somebody good, if not multiple people. Then we get to the main event. It was a fatal 5-way for the advantage. A lot of my feelings on the last video has now completely changed because I was like, Wendy Chu, I think she's going to win the title, but her getting the pin here was not the most ideal thing. I think PJ Vasa winning and coming in last, I don't think really matters that much. I really honestly don't think she's going to be winning it, so it kind of leaves one of the 3 or one of the prospects coming in. I'm going to just go with Callie Armstrong probably winning it at this point. Again, because unless you're going to do the crazy thing to go with the prospects, I don't really know what else to do. This match was okay. Fatal 5-way with only a 10-minute window is kind of wild. They should have gave them a little bit more time because it just kind of feels random because they have to be all in the ring and then kind of all clear out and kind of have all their different stuff. So there wasn't a lot that can happen. I'll put it into B. I still thought it was entertaining. And I liked it. And then, like I said, they're adding, I think, the 2 prospects to that Fatal 5-way Elimination Chamber match or Elimination match on the 15th. So I'm excited to see who those people are. I think we're going to get a little bit of a show next week with them, but I'm not even 100% sure. but I'm excited, so I'm going to put that up in A. A lot of hype on this episode. I honestly will put it up in an A. I know I have stuff a little bit lower, but everything about it was just a really good episode. I was glued to watching it, kind of got me back into it. Last week's episode kind of just felt a little off for me, and I was like, oh my god, am I just not really enjoying Evolve as much? And that wasn't the case. It was just a really bad week to watch it, I guess. But everything else is looking good. So if you guys enjoy this, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We review Evolve, and we're gonna have a bunch of WrestleMania stuff here. So if you want to talk WrestleMania in the comments, post little clips about what's going on the channel. So if you like any of that, we're a growing army. We've been going with a bunch of subs lately and getting some, more traction and stuff. So if you're new here, shoot a little message in the bottom and, we'll talk and stuff. Until next time, this has been Japan. Bye, guys.